There are two ways to run shortcuts on your Apple devices. The most common is scrolling through this long list of shortcuts to find the one you want and tapping to run it. But the more efficient way is to have them run automatically. In this video, we're going to look at the automation tab in Shortcuts. I'll show you how it works, and we'll build a few automations that are actually useful. The first trigger we'll look at is the time of day trigger. So you can set a specific time of day that you want a shortcut to run or an automation to run, and it'll just run automatically at that time every day on your phone or your Mac. I'm showing these examples on my phone because it is the one that I use for most of the automation. Partly because some of the automations that I run are based on location, which we'll cover shortly. And my phone is always with me at those locations. So it's easier to run on the phone than it is on the Mac. In the Shortcuts app on the phone, where you want to go is the automation tab at the bottom. And depending on what you've got, you may not have anything in here yet at all if you haven't set any of these automations up. But I've got several here that I've set up, and we'll go through the process to set up a couple more here. So to create a new automation, you tap the plus button in the top corner, and you'll see all the different triggers that you can use to trigger these automations. There's quite a few different things that you can use. The one that we're looking at first, though, is time of day. So that's right at the top here. So if you tap that, takes you into the next screen where you can set the time of day and a few other options for it. So the options here, you can either set this to run at sunrise or sunset. So that would be helpful, let's say, for turning on lights, home automation type things. You might want to run that at sunset. So that way it doesn't really matter what time of the year it is or when the sunset is. It just runs at whatever time that is instead of a specific time. But in this case, we're going to set a specific time of day. So you can just set this to whatever you want. I will set it to 3 a.m. just as an example. I have an automation that runs at 3 a.m. every day to create a daily note with a whole bunch of different details in it. I have another video that I'll link in the description down below that explains how this works. But basically, this shortcut runs at 3 a.m. every day, and it creates a note in Apple Notes that has all my calendar entries for the day, my high priority tasks, and a few other things in it. So I have that set to run at 3 a.m. And now I want this to run daily. You could have it run weekly or monthly as well, whatever your preference is. If you choose weekly or monthly, you can set a specific date or a specific day or days of the week if you go weekly. But daily, it's just going to run at this time every day. At the bottom, there's two options here, run after confirmation or run immediately. I always set these to run immediately because I don't want to have to confirm that I want it to run, particularly something like this that's running in the middle of the night. I just want it to run in the background and do its thing. So I set it to run immediately, and I normally do not turn on the notify when run. I don't need a notification in most cases. If whatever it is that I've set to automate is done when the time passes, I know it's run. So I don't need a notification on my phone to say so. So once you have the time and these details set, you tap next. Now here you'll see all of your shortcuts that you have in your shortcuts library. I've got a whole bunch of shortcuts here. Just exactly what you'll see in your list is going to depend on how many you have in your library. But you can either pick a shortcut that you already have, or you can go down into the bottom. There's a list of all the apps on your device that support shortcuts. So you can choose an app from the list, and they'll have some default actions that you can do. Or right up at the top, there's a create new shortcut. So if you haven't created a shortcut yet for whatever the automation you want to run is, you can do that right from within the automations tab. But in this case, I'm just going to choose one that I already have here. So I'm going to create a daily note. And now I already had one here, so you see it's doubled up. But basically, once this is set, it'll show up in the list of automations, and it shows you here at 3 a.m. every day, it's going to run my shortcut to create a daily note. The second trigger we'll look at is arriving or leaving a particular location. So again, if we tap the plus at the top, there's two options here, a little bit down the list, arrive and leave. So if you wanted to run an automation automatically when you arrive somewhere, You would tap on arrive. And then from here, you can choose a location. So let's say I wanted this to run when I arrive at the Apple Store. You can search for an address, or you can just search for a name and pick it from the list. But once you select the option for the location you want, you'll see it on the map down below. And there's a circle around the location here. You can drag that in and out to tell the automation just how close to the location you want to be. So the further out you drag it, the further away from that specific spot you need to be for the action to trigger. But I normally set this for the minimum distance just so that I don't trigger it by accident if I'm close to a place but not actually there. So once you select those items here, you just click or tap the check mark, and you'll see the location is showing now in the details here. You can have this set to run anytime. So anytime you get to that location, it's going to run, or you can set it to a specific time range. So let's say you were setting up an automation to run when you got to your office for work, but you maybe go by there sometimes outside of your work hours. You could set this, say 9 to 5. So it's only going to trigger when you arrive there during the time you would be working. If you go by it some other time of the day or night, it won't trigger because it's not within that range. We'll leave it at any time in this case though. And then again, it gives you the two options: run after confirmation or run immediately. I always set this to run immediately for my automations so that I don't have to worry about it. And then same thing, you can choose from the long list of shortcuts, or short list if you only have a few, or you can create a new one, or you can go down towards the bottom and choose one from the list of apps that you've got installed. So in this case, let's just say that's my work location. I'm going to set a focus mode when I get there. So we can tap turn work on until turned off. And now when I arrive at that location, when I arrive at Apple Pacific Center, it's going to set my work focus automatically. So as soon as I get within the minimum distance from that specific address or that specific location, my phone will just automatically go into focus mode for work. And you can do the same thing in reverse if you're leaving a location. If you want to turn off the focus mode or switch to a different focus mode, you could do the same thing. When you leave that location, it sets the focus back to personal or turns off the focus, whatever makes sense. Another trigger that I use fairly regularly is to block apps that I waste a lot of time in. You can see I've got one here, an automation that says when Blue Sky is opened. What this does is whenever I open the Blue Sky app, it automatically flips me over to the Kindle app. I tend to open Blue Sky or Mastodon or some social media app if I'm standing in line or waiting for something just randomly, just as a way to fill time. And I realized I was spending a lot more time on them than I should have. So what I've done is I've created an automation here that as soon as one of those apps opens, it automatically flips me over to the Kindle app with whatever book I'm currently reading open, so that instead of wasting time scrolling through an endless list of random stuff on social media, I can just continue reading the book. So just to see how it works, if I open the Blue Sky app here, it automatically flips me over to Kindle and I'm right back to where I left off. Now, if I switch back to Blue Sky, it automatically jumps me back. So anytime the Blue Sky app opens, I automatically go over to the Kindle app. So just to show you how this is set up, again, we tap the plus to create something. And then further down the list, there's a trigger here for app when a app is opened or closed. So when you tap that, you can choose whether it runs when it's opened or when it's closed. So in this case, we'll say opened. And when you tap choose, you get a list of all the apps that you've got on your phone or on whatever device you're doing this on. So let's do this for Ivory now for Mastodon. I'll tap that to choose that app. And now again, I'll set that to run immediately. And I don't need a notification because if it flips me over to the other app, I know it's working. And then when Ivory is opened, In this case, I don't need to run a shortcut. I'm just going to go down to the Kindle app at the bottom and choose Read Current. So that'll open Kindle to whatever book I'm reading at the moment. So now if I launch Ivory, there it is. I flip right over to Kindle automatically. Now I could just delete these apps, but I do actually use them sometimes intentionally, so I don't want them to be gone completely from my phone. I just want that little bit of extra friction to get into the app that will stop me from wasting a bunch of time when I just have random time in my day. Whenever I want to actually use the app intentionally, it's a matter of coming into the automations tab here in shortcuts, tapping on that automation, and then at the top here, the automation, it says run immediately. So when we tap on that, it gives you the option of running immediately, running after confirmation, or don't run. So if I tap don't run and done, then that's disabled. So now when I open Blue Sky, it's not going to flip me over to Kindle. It just keeps me on the Blue Sky app. So it's sort of a hack to get around wasting time on this app, but having that little bit of extra friction to have to go into the automations tab and disable the automation in order to use the app is all it takes for me to avoid it most of the time. And when I do need to use it, I can be intentional about it and go in and actually turn the automation off. So when you tap the plus to add a shortcut, you'll get the list of all the different triggers that you can use to do this automation. Just go through and take a look at them and see exactly what you can do to automate things. You could automate things based on battery level on your device. When you get to low power mode, it may turn off certain things or run shortcuts to do different things in that mode. You could have it do something when you connect to a charger. There's lots of different options here for different triggers. It could be when you get an email or a message from somebody specific that it runs a shortcut. There's lots of different options. Now I'll just show you the same process on the Mac version of shortcuts because it is a little different. The automation tab on the phone is one of the options in the left menu on the Mac version of shortcuts. So you can do the same things or the same sorts of things here, but some of the triggers are different. So some of them are identical, like time of day, alarm, that sort of thing. But in the Mac version, there's no location triggers for one thing. And it has a few extras like folders. You can have it trigger a shortcut when you add a file to a particular folder or when a particular file gets modified, when you connect external drive. You can also trigger things based on Stage Manager if you use Stage Manager on the Mac, or when you connect a display. So the display one is kind of handy if you have a laptop because you can run a shortcut that'll change configuration of different things, screen layout or whatever it might be, based on when a display gets connected. So there are some different triggers on Mac than there are on the phone, and some of them let you do more, but obviously some of these things only are applicable on the Mac, really. Hopefully that gives you some ideas for ways that you can automate your own shortcuts to run automatically without having to do anything or even remember to run them for that matter. One thing I did forget to mention while I was doing the video is that some shortcuts actions won't run when your phone's locked. So if you're setting up an automation that runs at a specific time or a specific location, make sure you test it before you rely on it to run. If it doesn't work when your phone's locked, you'll get a notification telling you that that's the case. And something to keep in mind, these automations don't have to be complicated. You can start with simple shortcuts that might only have one or two actions and build from there. I'm definitely not a programmer. I just started with simple things and gradually built more complex shortcuts as I got more comfortable with it and just started to recognize some of the logic behind how they fit together. But I can tell you from experience, it's kind of exciting to create something that just happens automatically without any input from you. Even if it only saves you a few seconds a day, that time adds up over the weeks and months. Thanks for watching. If you're new here, my name's John. I'm using Apple's productivity apps to manage my life, and I'm figuring out ways to streamline my workflows. I'm sharing what I learn along the way, and hopefully some of those things will be helpful for you too. If you want to learn more about how to get the most out of reminders and notes on all your Apple devices, really, check out these other recent videos. I'll see you in the next video.